Hello children, let me welcome you to the virtual class of the Brihan Mumbai Mahanagar Palika. My name is Shraddha teacher. Children, we are in the middle of this COVID-19 pandemic and because of that we are not able to go to school, but that doesn't mean we are going to stop learning. So we are going to do many lessons which are very interesting from your textbook through the virtual class here. So let us do a lesson in English today. So children, we will be starting with a beautiful poem today, and this poem is going to be about flowers. As you can see here on the image in front of your screen, you can see so many different type of beautiful flowers here. Okay, so our poem today is also about a particular kind of flower, and it is a poem in standard 4th English, and the name of the poem is The Champa Flower. Okay, it is lesson number 22 in your English textbooks. Now, the champa flower you can see here at the left hand corner of your screen. Now, the champa is also available in different forms. Okay, different type of champa flowers are available, but we are talking about this particular champa flower in this particular lesson or the particular poem. Now, this is a poem which is an imagination of a beautiful child. Okay, the child is imagining that he's become the champa flower, and then he's troubling his mother, and he also wants to see what all his mother does during the course of the day. Now, this poem is a poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. He was born on the 7th of May 1861 and he passed away on the 7th of August 1941. Rabindranath Tagore, he was a Bengali poet. Okay, he used to write in Bengali or Bangla as we say. He was a writer, he was a poet, he was a composer, a philosopher, and also a painter. He was the person who was responsible for giving new meaning or a new, you can say, he threw new light on Bengali literature and music as well as on Indian art. So he reshaped, in a way, you can say, the Bengali literature and music. And of course, he is the person who has written our national anthem. All right. So this is about the person who has written this particular poem. Now this poem is in the form of a book originally. Okay. Rabindranath Tagore has written it in the form of a book called as the Champa Flower. And out of that, this is one particular poem, the Champa Flower. So you can see here, there is a garden and there is a champa tree, and this story or this poem tells a story of a boy and his mother. Now, boys and their mothers, they have got a very special relationship. Okay, boys like to trouble their mothers also. You like to trouble your mothers, but at the same time, you love your mothers a lot. So, let us see what this child wants to say about his mother and how he has imagined that he is a champa flower. So come on, let's read the lines of the poem. So what is the name of the poem? The Champa Flower. So you can see here there is a tree, the Champa tree, and in the other corner you will see the mother searching for the child, but the child has in his imagination become a Champa flower. So the mother will never ever imagine that my boy or my son has become a flower. Okay, so let us start by reading each line and I will try and explain the lines also to you. So supposing I become a champa flower just for fun. So is it possible, children, for us to change and become something else? It is not possible. Okay. But the boy is imagining and he's saying, suppose I became a champa flower. For what he wants to become a champa flower? Not for any serious reason, but he wants to become a champa flower just for fun. Then he says, and grew on a branch high up that tree. So see, this is such a huge tree. It is such a tall tree. So if he becomes a champa flower and he grows on a branch which is very high up on the tree. Can you see that? There's this beautiful champa flower. Okay. So it is grown up on a tall champa tree and also it is grown at a great height. So he wants to become a champa flower on a tall champa tree. Then he says, and shook in the wind with laughter. So whenever there is a wind, the tree shakes or the tree sways in the wind, and along with the tree, the flower also shakes or sways in laughter, and danced upon the newly budded leaves. So, where will the flower dance? The flower will dance on the newly budded leaves. That there are these small, tiny, beautiful leaves which are just going to become leaves. So, they are now there in the form of buds. Okay, so he will dance, the flower, the child will dance, and then that is where they will dance on the leaves. So that is also one more wish. Now let us see what else the boy wants to do. Would you know me, mother? He's asking his mother that now I am in the form of a human. So you know me well, you call me to yourself, you love me. But suppose tomorrow I became a champa flower, then will you know me? Will you recognize me? You would call, baby, where are you? So your mother, when you suddenly when you go out somewhere and your mother starts searching for you, when you're hiding somewhere to trouble her, your mother calls out to you, isn't it? Your mother says, baby, where are you? And I should laugh to myself and keep quiet. He's saying, so when you start calling me, baby, where are you? What will I do? I will keep quiet. I will not reply to you. But then I will laugh to myself. Why I will laugh? Because I have not gone anywhere far away. I am right here, very close to you. Okay, so but I will laugh. Why I will laugh? Because you have not recognized me right in front of your eyes. So these are the first few stanzas of the poem. Let's go move on and let us look at the next few lines. I should slyly open my petals. Slyly means chori se. Okay, a sly, when you're doing something slyly means you're doing something very quietly so that no one else should know what is happening. I should slyly open my petals and watch you at your work. So, like sometimes when your mummy comes to wake you up and you are awake but you do not want to get up, you act as if you're sleeping, but you slyly open your eyes and you try to see what your mummy is doing next. So, in the same way, the boy says that I will slyly open my petals and I will watch you at your work. So, what all work does your mother do in the house? She cooks, she cleans the house, she prepares meals for you, isn't it? So, when after your bath, after mother has a bath, what does she do? With wet hair spread on your shoulders. Okay, after your mother has bath, her hair is wet and she spreads the hair on your shoulders. You walked through the shadow of the champa tree to the little courts where you say your prayers. You would notice the scent of the flower, but not know that it came from me. So, the very first thing that the boy's mother does is in the morning, she gets up and she has a bath. After she has a bath, she spreads her hair so that it will dry up. Her hair is wet. Then she walks under the champa tree. And where is the boy? He's on top of the champa tree, okay? And she will go to the place, to the small temple where she will say her prayers. And when she is moving from under the champa tree, she will also get the beautiful smell or scent of the flower. But she will not be able to know that it came from her own son. Why? Because now her son has become a champa flower. So isn't that a beautiful imagination? Okay. So this is the second stanza of the poem. You can say, I should slyly open my petals and watch you at your work. When after your bath, with wet hair spread on your shoulders, you walked through the shadow of the champa tree to the little courts where you say your prayers. You would notice the scent of the flower, but not know that it came from me. All right, moving on, let's see the next part of the poem. When after the midday meal, so what is a midday meal? You have your lunch, isn't it? You have your food in the afternoon. So now the mother has had bath, she has said her prayers, She has cooked also now, and now she's sitting to have her meal. When after the midday meal, you sat at the window reading Ramayana. So, you're reading a holy book, you're reading some good things in your life. So, your mother also, she's sitting at the window and she's reading the Ramayana, the story of Ram and Sita. And the tree's shadow fell over your hair and your lap. And when she's sitting there to read the Ramayana, the shadow of the tree falls on her hair also and her lap also. Now, on the tree, there is the flower which is actually her son. I should fling my wee little shadow. Wee little means small shadow. We will look at some meanings also which are there in the textbook, but that will be later. I should fling my wee little shadow. Now the boy is not big anymore. He's a small flower. So the small flower also has got a small shadow. So he's saying that when you sit at the window to read the Ramayana, what I will do is I will fling my shadow and where on your lap onto the page of your book. So the flower's shadow will be seen on the book or the pages of the Ramayana which the mother is reading. I should fling my wee little shadow onto the page of your book just where you were reading. So wherever the mother is reading, in those particular places, the flower will cast its shadow. Now you do this also sometimes in the house, children. When your mother is trying to do some work, you constantly interrupt her. You constantly disturb her and you do not allow her, especially when she's reading, especially when she's using her mobile phone. You do not want your mother to do anything else. You want your mother to pay attention to you only. So he's saying in the same way, when you're reading the book Ramayana, I will cast my shadow just on the page where you are reading. But would you guess that it was the tiny shadow of your little child? He's saying, will you guess that the shadow belonged to your little child? When in the evening you went to the cowshed. Now, in the olden times, children, people used to have cows, buffaloes in the house. They had a lot of cattle in the house. Okay, especially even now, children who are living in the villages, they must be knowing the situation where you have cows and buffaloes and goats and hen in the house. So, towards the evening, what do? You tend to go and take care of these animals. You feed them, you clean them. So, when in the evening you went to the cowshed, I should suddenly drop onto the earth again and beg you to tell me a story. Where have you been, you naughty child? I won't tell you, mother. That's what you and I would say then. He's saying, so in the evening, now the whole day I was a flower, but now in the evening, the story is over and the drama is over, and I become my own self again. I become a small child again. I become your son again. And when you are in the cowshed, when you're doing some work, suddenly I will fall on the earth and become a human child. I'll become a human being and I will start telling you, Mama, tell me a story, tell me a story. So what will Mummy say? Where have you been, you naughty child? Say, where have you been the whole day? Right from the time I had my bath and afterwards I had my meals and I read the Ramayana. You were not there at all. Where were you? So I will say, I won't tell you, mother. What will I say? I won't tell you because even if I tell you, you will not believe that I had become a flower for a day. And what flower? I had become the champa flower for a day. So the boy is imagining that he and his mother will talk in this manner. Okay, so let us go back and read the lines of the poem once again. So here we have the champa flower from the book The Champa Flower by Rabindranath Tagore. So, supposing I became a champa flower just for fun and grew on a branch high up that tree. Okay, here it is. High on the tree, the champa flower is growing and shook in the wind with laughter and danced upon the newly budded leaves. Would you know me, mother? You would call, "Baby, where are you?" And I should laugh to myself and keep quiet, quiet. I should slyly open my petals and watch you at your work. When after your bath, with wet hair spread on your shoulders, you walked through the shadow of the champa tree, to the little courts where you say your prayers, you would notice the scent of the flower, but not know that it came from me. When after the midday meal, you sat at the window reading Ramayana, and the tree's shadow fell over your hair and your lap, I should fling my wee little shadow onto the page of your book, just where you were reading. But would you guess that it was the tiny shadow of your little child? When in the evening you went to the cowshed, I should suddenly drop onto the earth again and beg you to tell me a story. Where have you been, my naughty child? I won't tell you, mother. That's what you and I would say then. So after play acting as a flower, the champa flower, or playing the role of a champa flower the whole day, this is the conversation that the mother and the son would have with each other. Let us see some meanings, but before that, let us look at the gist of the story. So, what is this poem about? This poem is about make believe. Make believe means what? Make believe means imagination. So, all the activities that the mother is doing during the day, that is, getting up in the morning, having a bath, spreading her hair out to dry, going and praying in the temple, cooking, having her meals, okay, reading some holy books, and then going and looking after the cattle also in the cowshed. So all the activities that the mother is doing, the child wants to see all these activities but slyly. Okay, he doesn't want to be openly seeing all this. He wants to keep a watch on his mother just for fun, just because he loves her a lot. He also intends to trouble his mother a little bit, okay? Because see, his mother is searching for him. Can you see this picture? His mother is calling out to him and searching for him. And see the naughty child, see the naughty boy? He's sitting on the branch, but he's not answering to his mother. So he doesn't want to trouble his mother too much. He wishes to trouble his mother just a little bit. Because in the evening, as soon as it is evening, he again comes in front of his mother. So this is a poem about make believe, or about the imagination that a child has, and also about the love and the bond which is shared by a mother and her son. Now let us look at some meanings. This is a very, you can say the poem is a little long, but it is a very simple and easy poem to explain children. There are no difficult words here, and there are no exercises also in your textbook. Okay, so this is going to be a short video for us. So before we finish it off, let us go and see some meanings. So slyly means what? In a knowing, secret manner. So when you're looking at something slyly, or when you're trying to do something slyly, what are you doing? You're trying to do something in a very secret manner. In a very, you can say, a manner when you want to hide something. Chori say, like you say in Hindi. Then the next meaning from the book is fling. To fling means to throw. So see here, what is he throwing? He's throwing the javelin. This is a kind of sport, isn't it? Javelin throw. So when you throw something, what do you say? You're flinging something. And then finally we come to the last meaning where we say wee little. Wee little means very small. See here? Very small. He's indicating using the index finger and the thumb that something is very small, wee little. And you can also see these pins which this person has held in his fingers, between his fingers, just so tiny, isn't it? So wee little means very small or very tiny. So children, that was the lesson from your textbook, okay, the champa flower. We talked a little bit about Rabindranath Tagore also, who is the poet, and we talked about what all contributions he has made to Bengali literature and to Indian culture and art also. And then we read the poem line by line and also tried to understand the meaning of the poem. After that, we tried to see the meanings of a few words also in English. So, children, that will be all as far as this lesson is concerned. Thank you so much. So, children, now you have watched the video. So, after you watch the video now, you will have to complete a few simple tasks. Now, you might have watched the video on your computers or your laptops or your mobile phones. Now, after you watch the video, what will you do? You will please go to the description box which is given below the video. So, what is the description box? See, the description box looks like this. Alright, and after you go to the description box, you will see that there are a few questions there. Now, what are these questions about? These questions are about the lesson that we just learned or the video that you just watched. So, what will you do? You will think back properly about the lesson and you will try and answer these questions and note down the answers in your notebook if you want. Okay? After that, we have another task waiting. You will also click on the link which you will find in the description box to fill up the Google form. So now what is the Google form, children? It is nothing but a simple form. There are a few simple questions there about the video which you just saw and also about yourself. So these are the tasks now that you will have to complete after you watch each video. So children, wasn't that a very interesting lesson? I'm sure you learned a lot of new things in this lesson. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my video so that you will get to see all the videos which I keep posting regularly.